go, nice and hot.
Thanks.
All right. Now, your lunch is going to be ready in just a few minutes.
Thank you. I'm sorry to drag you off like this, son. I guess I made a mess out of Paige's plans.
Well, Paige doesn't run my life. Besides, we'll have plenty of time to get to know each other better. We're engaged.
Engaged? I don't remember seeing a ring.
Well, there isn't a ring. Not yet. Oh, well. It was kind of sudden.
Are you sure it wasn't as ill-advised as it is sudden?
Dad, I like Paige. I mean, we get along fine. She's very pretty. Most of the time she can handle Mom. That's an accomplishment I can use. Besides, I'm tired of being lonely. Why shouldn't I marry Paige?
Well, I couldn't help but notice that you didn't list love on your bill
Love?
of particulars.
What does love have to do with it? You loved Mom when you married her, didn't you?
Yes.
And she loved you, too. But 10 years later, what did it add up to? Nothing. I don't know. Maybe you're just a lot better off if you don't love the person you marry.
That's a mistake, son. Come to see it later when it's more painful. You're too young to be so cynical.
Great. Now you sound like Mom. Look, don't try to save me from myself, all right, Dad? Because I've had a belly full of it. When Mom called this morning, I thought she was going to come through the line to try and prevent the engagement.
But I'm afraid I agree with her this time. Where is Iris?
In St. Croix on her yacht. Look, can we just drop this whole thing,
No,
Dad?
it is impossible. You cannot marry Paige, not a marshal.
What's wrong with being a marshal? Remember, Dawn was a marshal. You didn't object to that. Look, I know you've been through a lot lately, but I don't understand you, that's all.
It has to do with the prison camp, okay? Her brother Barrett.
Barrett? What about him? That's it, isn't it? Ryan mentioned Barrett. That's what's bothering you. Well, what about Barrett? Did he do something to you in Cambodia?
No.
What?
It's very hard to explain, Dennis. In that camp, you saw into people's souls. You were exposed for what you were.
Well, what was Barrett Marshall? Certainly nothing you couldn't face again. Much less hear his name mentioned.
It was a mistake coming to Texas. I do not fit in here. I'm gonna leave Houston.
Oh, come on, Dad, you can't leave Houston.
Come with me. We'll go anywhere you say. Anywhere, so long as it's away from here.
Is that what you called me for, to ask me to leave Houston with you?
Yes. Yes, I've made a monstrous mistake. That's the only way to correct it. Come with me.
I'm sorry, Dad. But if leaving Houston is what you have in mind, forget it. I can't.
Don't worry, I'll stick with you, buddy.
You do that.
Hey there, Dennis. How you doing, buddy? You really tied one last night, didn't you? Excuse me, Mr. Carrington. You really did. In more ways than one, as I remember, huh?
Yeah, well, I remember, too. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
buddy. I bet you do.
You know, I don't believe what I'm seeing. You're lucky Maggie's in the kitchen, or you would be out on your ear.
I'm a paying guest. You can't do nothing to us. There you go. Give us 2 beers.
Listen, let me give you some advice. Don't you ever come in here to see me again.
How else am I gonna talk to you, huh? Look, babe, I got my little job back at the top of the world. In a couple weeks, I'll have enough bread saved up, we can get that apartment we
But Joe,
want.
I just said I would think about it, okay?
Think about it. You promised you'd come back to me. At the police station, remember?
I said I would stand by you till you were cleared of that murder charge and nothing else. Anything else, I gotta think about it good and long and hard. Now look, you drink these up, and then you clear out of here before Maggie gets out of the kitchen.
Thanks a lot, babe. You're all heart, you know that? If I had that apartment, I'd make her keep her promise.
There ain't any vacant apartments in Houston?
Sure there are, man. Lots of them. I ain't gonna move in any old dump. I'm gonna get me a place at the Aquarius Apartments. You know, heated swimming pool. Pretty chicks walking around with next to nothing on. Fancy digs.
Lots of bucks.
Yeah, that's the problem. The deposit's so high, it's gonna take me quite some time to get the bread.
Man, your troubles are over. I just been made manager of a little club down the road. I could sure use some reliable help on the graveyard shift, 1 a.m. to 7.
Bartending?
Yeah, sure. You come on by tonight. If extra bucks is all you need, I'll show you how to get your old lady back.